Okay, I'm here with Boom Boom Hutchison, and his friends call him Boomer. That's my son's name. I think I told you that.
That's right.
So they give us a little bond, me and you.
Yes,
We've been
sir.
together for a while now. But Boom Boom here, Boomer as his friends call him, as I said, has played in the professional league. He's been playing senior softball as long as I have, which is like 18 years?
Yes.
18 years. So I'm here with a Boomer, and I want to talk to him a little bit about what he thinks about the 3 T's of hitting: timing, technology, and technique. And the technology, what bat do you use?
I use the Reebok.
The Reebok. And you use that because?
Because I can get the best performance possible out of my swing.
Now, what I want to ask you is, what do you think about timing and technique in the concept of hitting? How important is it?
Well, it's very important because you know what? Timing and technique depends on you having a good day or a bad day. That's why you got to go to the park and you got to work on it. You got to work on everything. So, when you get to the field to play, you can be at your best.
Now, when you're saying work on everything, what specifically do they have to do to work on their timing and technique?
First thing I teach most hitters to do, first thing is concentration. You have to learn how to concentrate on the ball, and you have to get a comfortable stance at the plate, a comfortable stance, concentration, and be able to hit the ball with your best, with everything you have, the best you can. And what that's going to do, good hitters always have zones, because in your practice and in your working out, you develop a zone as a hitter. And anything come in that zone, you can handle that pitch no matter what it is.
Now, you were telling me about a technique that you use with your younger guys, teaching them how to hit the ball. Why don't you explain a little bit that to the audience?
We have a technique, the young guys back home in Virginia, we have a technique where we have 100 balls. And in those 100 balls, the first 25, we hit the bottom. Second 25, we hit the top. Third 25, we hit the middle. And then the last 25, you can hit them anywhere you want. But what makes it so interesting is when you up hitting the bottom of the ball, it means all flies. If you hit any ground balls, you lose a swing. When you hit the top of the ball, all ground balls. And if you hit a fly ball, you lose a swing. And that helps the young hitters and helps hitters to concentrate more on the ball, to read the ball, and not in the swing have an eye shift. Because a lot of hitters, when they get ready to make contact, they have an eye shift. The eye shifts from the contact on the ball to the flight of the ball. And I teach a lot of them. I said, look at it all the way through.
You want it all the way through. That's the key. That's been a theme with most people we talk to, is watch that ball, see the ball, hit the ball, and watch it all the way through. One last tip, the most important thing about hitting to become a better hitter, what do you recommend?
I recommend, first of all, you got to be committed to it. Everything is built on commitment. If you want to be good, if you want to be the best you can be. And when you find yourself committed to it, it doesn't mean anything for you to come out, and work any day that somebody asks you to work at your game, because you're all for it, because you want to be the best you can be, you want to be committed, because you know what you want to do, you want to improve every year.
Thanks a lot, big guy.
Thank you. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm here with Bobby Davis in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. I get the place right. Bobby is one of the best hitters in the state of Florida. He's in the ISA Hall of Fame, the Senior Players Hall of Fame, the Legends Hall of Fame, and a couple Hall of Fames I can't remember, but he's a great hitter. To me, he's got some of the best wrists in the game. I've played with him over 15 years. I think he's a guy that has a lot of knowledge he can share with you. We're going to talk to him about the timing, technique, and technology. And, technology, if you look at him, I believe you think Dudley's the best bat, huh?
No doubt in my mind.
Why is that?
Well, because I do work for him.
Okay, but is it a good bat?
It's probably the best bat on the market right now. It's the talk of the senior softball world. We've been here now since Friday morning, brought 230 bats, and we've sold 175 bats to people that are here.
Okay, so that's a plug for Dudley. 10 years from now, that might not be the best bat in the market. I don't know. But, Bobby, tell us a little bit what you think about the timing and technique for the people out there watching this, how important it is to their hitting.
If you don't have the timing and technique down, you're going to have a lot of problems because your swing's always going to be awkward. What you want to do is make sure that you drive through the ball, and you're going to stride, and then your hands are going to come through. It's never going to be to where it's not all together, okay? When you start here, you're going to load your hands, and then you're going to go through, but all at the same motion.
So you're saying that when they make that contact, it's going to be right in here.
The ball, actually, you want to make contact with the ball out in front of you. You want your hands out in front of you when you make contact. Because what's going to happen is when your hands come through, your wrists are going to turn over like this. You're going to get that extra little flip out of your wrist.
Now, what's the most important thing for you to have in your mind when you come back?
Actually, where the ball's pitched. Watching the ball come and keeping my head level when I'm making contact with the ball. If my head is moving around a lot, I'm not going to hit the ball the way I want to hit it.
Now, finally, what would you say is the most important thing for a hitter to know?
Confidence. You got to have confidence in it if you're a good hitter. If you don't have your confidence, you're not going to be a good hitter, because you're going to go up there and say, hey, am I going to make it out this time? And the answer is no. You walk up there every time knowing you're going to get a hit.
But now, what's the best way to build your confidence? Is it batting practice?
I would say do as much batting practice as you possibly can.
Okay, Bobby, thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you.
I'm here in sunny Las Vegas with the home run king of Florida, Dave Reed. And we're going to talk a little bit about 3 T's of hitting. We're going to leave out technology. Obviously, you're a Dudley fan, right? Dudley's your bat?
I am definitely a Dudley fan, since I helped have a little bit to do with it.
Okay. So, and he's got his bat, you know what I mean? He sponsors the bat. He helped develop it. And so what we're going to talk about is technique. Specifically, Dave and I have been together for 20 years. And, somewhere around the first year or 2 years together, Dave's always been a great player in Florida and played on, super teams and always hit really well. So he comes and we join up, and I say to Dave, you could be just a little bit better hitter and become a better home run hitter if you change to the grip I use. And, here's a guy, he's a better hitter than I am, and I'm telling him how to hit. He doesn't get offended. He actually takes it and becomes better. And I'm going to ask Dave, why did you do that?
You're always looking for an edge, and anytime somebody tells you something, you're going to try it, and hopefully that'll give you that edge. And in this particular time, it's what's called, it's an overhand grip, where you put your hands over the top of your like this on the bat, and what it does is it lengthens the bat, gives you quicker bat speed, more leverage, and the big thing about it is, so it's fairly hard to get used to when you're used to doing a regular grip. This is a cute little story. I had swung it. My fingers and thumbs got a little bit sore, and I called up Eddie, and I go, Eddie, I don't know if I could get this or not. And he says, can't do anything, and hung up the phone on me. I looked at my wife, and I go, I think it's time. Get your glove. We're going out and hit this, because I don't want to see him again until I got it. And probably a week into it, all of a sudden my timing adjusted, and man, the balls were going 20 to 25, 30 feet further, probably 10 miles an hour faster through the infield.
And that was one aspect of his game, but he went on and did, he's a personal trainer now. He developed the other aspect of the game, is strength and being in shape. That's really important. Now I'm going to ask you, Dave, what is the key thing that you would say to a gentleman out there or a lady out there watching this hitting video about how do you become a better hitter? What's the most important thing to hit the ball?
Becoming a better hitter comes with three or four different things. First of all, it's practice, it's consistency, it's pitch selection, and being patient. And I've been reading a lot of articles, and most of us are starting to find out that if you've done your outside work, it becomes pitch selection. Pitch selection is the key. If you've done everything else that you need to do, you're in physical condition, you hit the ball out, you take a lot of BP, then that means you're ready. It's a matter of pitch selection, not letting other things get involved, and you got to pitch the pitch you know you can hit. That's what I'm beginning to find out. And when I'm more patient and I use the right pitch selection, I seem to have a good day.
Yeah, and I was out here about 2 years ago when you hit about 18 home runs out, and every one of them was over like 330 or 340. So he's really learned his trade, and that was well said, Dave. The point I wanted to really emphasize about this is that a great hitter like Dave Reed listened to a peer of his with a suggestion because he looked at it, he said, well, if it does help me, let's try it. And it certainly did. So if there's something that you can change, even though you're a good hitter, change it and become a better hitter. What about that, Dave? You agree?
I agree 100%. You're always trying to find an edge. And anytime somebody tells you something, no matter who it is, you go out and try it. If it doesn't work, you put it back in the back seat for a little bit, and you bring out something else. But in this case, it was probably one of the best moves I've made as far as swinging the bat.
And you just didn't you pass that on to someone else? Who was that? Another great hitter you passed it on to?
Several times.
Yeah, several times.
Well, you passed it on to Bruce Meade. So
Yeah, yeah, Bruce, if you're out there, and that's a hitter for you, Bruce Meade.
That's the
and
best hitter.
Yeah, Bruce Meade can listen to little old Eddie Rose.
yeah,
I'm happy. Thanks a lot, Dave.
my pleasure.
Hi, this is Ed Rose again out here in Las Vegas. I'm with John DeViti, a guy that I've been admiring and playing with and against for 28 years. He was a college All-American, and I believe personally that he's got one of the sweetest swings in the game of softball. And I don't know how many home runs he hit, but I know it's more than Babe Ruth at this point. Right, John?
Yeah,
And we want to talk about the 3 T's of hitting, and I want to talk to you specifically about what you think about timing and technique and how it relates to your swing.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. Most of the time when I get into the box, the main thing I want to do is get calm. Once I calm myself down, no matter what the situation is, I'll know that when the ball is coming in, I want to wait for it to come to me. So part of the timing is to let that ball come to me. My technique is that I have a real good wrist finish.
Yes.
And when I finish with my wrist, if I get it, I will spin that ball and it will go. But I try to calm myself down, let the ball come to me. I find a lot of softball players jump at the ball, and when they do that, they're on hit. They got nothing left. But if you let the ball come to you, you're all set. And then, like I said, my big thing is my wrist finish.
When you say come to you, you mean into you or into the plate?
Into the striking
Into
zone.
the strike
Into the
zone.
striking zone, usually about shoulder high. Target shoulder high. Once in a while, I'll take it a little bit higher, but usually I like it right there.
And when you stride, do you keep your hands back?
Yeah, what's going to happen is it's like a pendulum. My feet will go forward, my hands will go back, and I won't hit the ground yet. I won't hit the ground. And then once I start coming forward, then it's down, and then hip open, wrist.
So you're shifting your weight back, just like in baseball. It's very similar to the baseball.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, again, I want to emphasize this guy is one of the premier hitters. 200 pounds, he hits them out like the big giants are around the softball world. Now, John, what is the one thing that you would tell a hitter to try to improve himself? What he should do?
Well, pitch selection. I think a lot of guys swing at things just because they see it and they think they can hit it. And more than likely, they don't know the pitch that they should be hitting. And when they don't know it, they're swinging at things they shouldn't be swinging at. And they get themselves out. I think if you wait for your pitch, if you're patient and you wait for your pitch, you're going to improve your batting average by 60, 80, 100 points. For me, that's worked for me. Like I said, I try to do this thing where I calm myself down, no matter what the situation is. Look for my pitch.
Dad, I'll take the girl.
Be patient.
Well, you're a calm guy anyhow. You take this guy's advice because, again, a great hitter, a legend in senior softball. Thanks a lot, John.
Thank you, man.
Hey, good morning. We're out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm here with Pat McClellan, one of the best hitters in the country, in the state of Florida. I want to talk to him a little about the 3 T's of hitting. And we know technology, we pretty much got a lock on that. It's the bat that you want to use. But Pat, about timing and technique, tell us how valuable timing and technique is to your swing.
Yeah, as we get older, it's not about strength anymore. You got to have some timing, and you got to change your technique so you can use everything you got. When we're younger, you can just go up there and blow and go. But you got to get your swing down. You got to have a good bat, but you got to get your swing down. You got to practice. It's like anything else. If you don't practice, you're not gonna get any better. But you got to have a good bat and practice a lot. And the timing and technique thing is the most important thing. And that to me, when you get that down, you're really confident going into a game.
Is practice important for the guy that's trying to be a good hitter?
Oh yeah. I mean, without practice, nobody's any good. I mean, with these bats today, every now and then somebody go up and hit. But without practice, the 800-900 hitters, you ain't gonna be an 800 hitter without practice. It ain't gonna happen.
Now, I watched you a long time. A lot of times you grunt when you hit it. Why do you do that?
Well, that's a focus thing for me, and I've always done it. And that's dumb. People kid me
I don't think
about
it's
it,
dumb. I think it's real.
To me, it makes me focus when I don't
And
do it in
explode.
BP.
It's like
I don't
karate,
do it in
right?
BP. I
It's
just
like-
do it in the game, and I don't know why I do it. And I try to stop doing
Well,
it.
it
but
works for you. You should
it
never
works for me. It works
do
for
what
me.
works
Yeah,
for
it
you,
works
right?
for me. It
Okay,
works.
give me one single best tip you want to give the people out there watching this tape.
Get you a good bat and practice. Practice. That's what makes you a good hitter. Practice.
Go get him. Let's
All
win
right,
this
bud.
one, buddy.
Okay, bud. To go.
Hey, we're here in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm here with Jack Aronson, one of the strongest and most powerful hitters in the game of softball. And Jack, I wanted to interview Jack because Jack has what I call a unique swing. And he uses his assets very well. And I want Jack to explain what he does to make him so successful. So Jack, telling the people watching this, what do you contribute your success to that you could share with the audience?
Well, practice probably. You know, I was a hardball player and a basketball player, so softball was new to me, and I got away with a lot of bad swings early on. I could hit home runs off because I'm big, home runs off the handle into the bat. But as I've gotten older, I've tried to work on technique, and a lot of times, a hitting instructor one time told me that he doesn't know how to hit the middle of the ball because the ball's coming down and my swing's coming down, and we meet here instead of this way. So I've tried to alter my swing, but you know, I hit a good average there for sometimes. I get some great spin on the ball and probably don't hit as many home runs some tournaments. You know, I hit 5 last tournament, but if I'm hitting nearly 900, I don't like to alter my swing. I don't want to hit 10 home runs and then hit 700. But basically it's practice, and just a few fundamentals is when I find myself turning over, I try to follow this elbow in this hand and go high. You know, you don't want to think of too many things, but to me it's just keep my hands back. When I load up, I tend to bring my hands in, which is suicide. You're going to lose 50, 60.
I think you got the key right there. Keeping your hands back is like a fundamental.
Got to keep them back.
Of your tech. You got to keep them back. You keep your body moving forward and keep your hands back.
Absolutely.
Okay. What is the you said practice? Is there anything else? One other critical?
You know, getting comfortable with that pitch, hitting the right pitch, I think can be a difference of 100 points a tournament to guys if they hit the pitch they like. I'm not afraid to get in the 3-2 count. I think a lot of guys are. I don't hit a lot of foul balls, but you got to hit your pitch. A lot of guys hit the pitcher's pitch, you're going to be in trouble.
Pitch selection, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. I think that's well
But
said.
if a pitcher's extremely tough, then you got to hit the first strike. You got to be ready for that first pretty one. Because a lot of these pitchers are great out here. They get that first strike on you, you're going to start seeing knuckleballs, and they're going to try to hit the back of the mat. So again, you can't wait forever. But I've been to tournaments where I went to 3 and 2 counts 10 times.
He's got a lot of walks. He's the master at that. Jack, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good tournament.
Thank you.
Hey, back here in Las Vegas, Nevada with Chip Krieger, New Jersey Hall of Fame, Legend Hall of Fame, and considered one of the best hitters in the country. And Chip, you're welcome. Well deserved. Of course, he's been a teammate and a very good one. And Chip, you have a unique approach to the ball. You actually walk up on the ball. And that's part of the technique. And we want to talk about timing and technique. And I want you to tell the audience what you would suggest to them that might help them with their timing and technique based on your style.
Well, my technique helps me generate more power because I do hit some home runs. I'm not the prolific home run hitter on this team or the country, but I do hit some homers, and I need to make up a lot of power because of my size compared to obviously some of these real big guys with long arms and reach and stuff like that. And I've been walking up on the ball since I've been playing softball probably 30 years ago or even 40 years ago. So that's just something that I've acquired over the years. It's not something that just anybody could do. You have to work with it. You know, guys ask me, "Oh, how do you do that?" I want to do that. I just start laughing because it's like you don't just jump out of an airplane. You have to learn how to do that. You'll kill yourself. So you're not going to kill yourself if you walk up on the ball, but you just can't go out and do it. You got to practice it. And like I said, I don't want to be repetitive, but I've done this for a long time.
So it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. But when the ball comes down, are you trying to hit the ball, top of the ball, under the ball? What are you doing there?
I'm just trying to hit the ball solid.
Just you're not picking a place on the ball.
Guys that say they hit the bottom of the ball, I got to tell you this right now, live here. God bless them. I think I'm pretty damn good, but anybody can tell you, yeah, I hit the bottom of the ball. Well, God bless you, and you're fucking real good.
Leap that one.
Sorry about that.
Okay, Chip. If there's one key thing that you would share with the people watching this, what should they do to become a better hitter?
Hit strikes.
So pitch selection again.
Pitch selection. When you become a really good hitter, I mean, there's a kind of a fraternity of players that play against each other all the time. You know, certain teams, our team, Superior, California teams, we all know each other, and pretty much you get yourself out. So pitch selection, for me, is critical. I mean, you're always going to hit that screaming liner that the left center fielder is going to make a great play on, or the shortstop, but pitch selection is key for everybody.
Okay, Chip, and we'll end it on that. Thank you very much. Pitch selection.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada with Don Clatterball. Don is considered by the majority of the players in senior softball the most consistent player ever. For example, he hit 102 for 104. I challenge anybody to be able to do that over 3 tournaments. So Don, what do you contribute to success in hitting to?
Work ethic, practice, making sure I hit good pitches as often as I possibly can, and just making sure I make good contact. I want to hit everything right on the button.
So when you say that to me, that the point that we've been making throughout the videos is timing and technique. Tell me about your timing and technique and how important it is to you and your hitting.
No, it's everything. You have to be able to wait for the ball to get up to you so that you can swing at it. If you are at front a little bit, you won't hit it well. If you're behind it a little bit, you won't hit it well. But I think the biggest thing is you got to be flexible enough to move. A lot of hitters will hit a pitch lower than their shoulders, and they'll hit it like this, but you need to hit it
down with it.
bending
Go
your
down
body
with it.
down.
Your body
Your
down.
hands
Yeah.
never leave.
Your hands
you
back.
get to the pitch by getting your body and your knees
Body
to
down.
it.
Yeah. I
And you
agree
see
with
guys that swing straight up and hit it, they're not going to be really consistent hitters.
Yeah, what happens with these bats, the high technology, if you swing under it, it's going to go far, but a lot of times you're going to make an out because
Well, if you hit it straight up in the air, you'll be out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And
So-
I don't like to make a lot of outs. I mean, I do make some, but I don't like it at all.
He doesn't
Never
make
gonna
many,
like
I
it.
can tell you that.
I don't try to make any if I can help myself.
And you seem to go through the ball. Is that what you're doing, going through the ball? Can you explain
Well,
that?
over the last 5, 6, 7, 10, maybe 10 years, I've learned to use the field. And I'll see a lot of guys, they'll swing at shortstop out, they'll swing at third baseman out, and I'll take that hold. To me, home runs are not the thing that wins games, it's hits that wins games. Only a home run can win a game in the last inning.
There you go.
You'll never win a game until the last inning with a home run. Our team is pretty geared on just hitting the ball and base hitting. And that's what I want to carry a high average and hit a fair amount of homers, but I don't live on home runs. Home runs is insignificant as far as my game goes.
So give me 2 things, or give the audience 2 things that they should work on to become a better hitter.
Well, the main thing they should work on is staying within themselves. If a guy doesn't have home run power, he shouldn't be trying to hit home runs because he's going to be an out. He should find out what his niche is, what he can do well, and stick to that consistently. Make sure you're hitting the ball right in the middle of the ball. I try to hit the ball dead in the middle every time. And when I miss it a little bit on the bottom half on a good swing, it'll spin up and it'll go. And you got to know your strike zone. If you don't know the strike zone, because I catch all the time, and I'll see guys hit pitches, outrageous pitches, and sometimes they'll get a hit with it. But more times than not, they'll make outs.
So summing it up, you're saying pitch selection and stay within yourself, meaning if you're not a home run hitter, don't try to hit home runs, right?
If you're a base hitter, be the best base hitter you can be. And I consider myself a hitter, not a power. I mean, I got power, but I consider myself a hitter. And a hitter, I don't want to make outs. Key is, if I take one through shortstop because nobody's playing over there, I didn't make an out. And that's what I'm trying to do.
And that advice right there came from the guy who went 102 for 104. I challenge anybody out there to do that. If you've done that, send me an email. Don, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job, Don.
Thank you, bud.